Hey family, it's Tasha MIRA Prepping. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel where we just talk about emergency preparedness. We talk about different things that can happen in the world and how we prepare for it with me and my family. And hopefully that helps you with you and yours. Okay, so let's talk about it today. Today I just want to talk about the various things that I'm kind of watching and paying attention to. A lot of times I do get the same questions over and over. And one kind of basic question that I get a lot is, hey, tell us what you're tracking. What is it on a regular basis that you're tracking? Or what is it that you're currently concerned about that's in the news? You know, a lot of these channels that are like my channel, you know, we talk about stuff that is in the news and how it can pertain to preparedness and why it's important to be maybe concerned about the situation at hand, so that you can navigate and switch your preparedness to the areas or the priorities that you need to be concentrating on. So, and today, right now, what are the things that I'm concerned with or that I'm watching? All right, so I'll break them down. So talked a few weeks ago, maybe it was a little less than a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, a week and a half, something like that. I talked about the warning from the WHO, right, about CCHF, right, which is a hemorrhagic fever that's going around, that's popping up, that's pretty dangerous. And there's a lot of scuttlebutt. There's a lot of talk, right, about what is happening when it comes to, you know, this fever, how dangerous it is, how do you get it, ticks. There's a whole conversation about climate and how climate control lockdowns, climate lockdowns because of this. And so I'm going to be talking about this in depth on today's video for Patreon. But I've discussed this on this channel already, right? And so this is something I'm watching. I'm kind of just watching it unfold, it happen, watch it in the news, see what they're saying, see where the dialogue is already going, because it's already going in like a pandemic type of direction, right? Which is crazy. It's already going, like, literally there's articles saying that countries are preparing for lockdown because of this. Okay, so we're going to discuss this in length, but this is something that I'm definitely watching right now. CCHF, Google it, do a little research, and just be paying attention. Next thing I'm kind of watching is, what else am I watching? Because I don't write these down, you guys. I'm paying attention to elections, but it's eerily quiet right now. The important thing about elections right now is I'm watching elections. I'm watching it ramp up, you know, but it's been kind of quiet lately after we got news of just different candidates that would be running. But to me, I'm getting this feeling with watching it that something big is going to happen between now and the election date. And I don't know what that is, but it's just this looming spirit, if you will, over the elections and what exactly is going to happen. But I'm definitely not looking at it like, oh, there's drama, and I'm looking at the TV and watching every little segment on, you know, the election and different things. Absolutely not. What I'm more concerned about with elections too is stuff slipping through the cracks, your local stuff. We got some ballots just the other day for voting for some local stuff, and it's super important that if you vote, one, if you don't, you should register. And the second piece of that is making sure that you're still voting and caring about all the other times during the year or during other years that you're off years that you're voting, right? And you're voting for all the little things that come through, the councilmen of your city, all your commerce people, all your different city councilman type positions, right? For the public type positions, right? Voting for those people and paying attention to that stuff. Yes, is your congresswoman or man important? You know, is it your governor? You know, we always talk about big stuff, presidency, and maybe the governor of your state and things like that. But, and although those are important, the little guys are important too, right? What is happening locally with your little town matters, or your big town. It doesn't matter. Your little city, right? It matters, those local people. And if you don't know, because oftentimes I'm like, I don't even know who these people are, right? Like, they want me to vote for this position. I don't even know who this person is. And so I'll just start Googling. I just treat it like somebody you're dating, a girl. Like, start Googling, FaceTime them, stockbook them, look them up on LinkedIn, whatever. But find them, find out what they are about, right? See about their family, their values, what they believe in, whatever. But it goes way beyond the R and the D, you guys. So make sure you're paying attention to that, and you're doing a little research and you're figuring that out. And you're not just letting that slip by because you're like, I don't even know who these people are. Or you're definitely not one of those people that like, I don't know who these people are, and just start marking all the R's. Like, that's ridiculous, okay? Make sure you're paying attention. Other thing I'm paying attention to is the malaria thing. I'm not super overly concerned about the malaria thing, but I am keeping an eye on it. I do Google it from time to time just to see if anything is increased. Of course, nobody's talking about that on the regular news, so you have to do your due diligence and actually look for it and see if there's anything out there. They still have cases. They still have cases rising, but it's nothing crazy. I think they have like 7 in Florida now. They still just have the 1 in Texas. It's not been found in any other state, so that's a blessing. That's great. And it doesn't look like it's going to be out of control, right? But Florida is still handling that situation, and I'm just kind of paying attention, especially with mosquitoes, especially with the talk about, you know, bioengineered mosquitoes, especially with the talk about the CCHF and just with the tick situation. It's just been really crazy when it comes to pests and insects and different things and what they're carrying these days. And so we got to be super, super vigilant and be paying attention to this stuff. So I'm watching that, but I'm not too crazy. I'm watching foreign conflicts, right? I'm watching right now the Straits of Hormuz and that conflict, and us sending more troops over there, more Navy over there. Now, let me tell you something about the Straits of Hormuz. If you've ever been in the Navy, you know what I'm talking about. If you've ridden on a ship, that is a high alert area, right? We are battened down. We are ready to rock and roll when we go every single time we go through there, okay? We do not play with that area of the world. We are not nonchalant about that area of the world. We are not complacent about that area of the world. And so when I first heard about the fighter jets that were released, you know, I figured, okay, they just released those from whatever strike groups in the area, and just, you know, reconnaissance, see what's going on, and to react, right? Because we are always on alert when we go through there or in the area. That's a high visible area for us, I guess you could say, priority for us as a Navy, okay? But now they're deploying more to the area. And so that's a concern to me, just to hear that. However, it's not the end of the world. Like I said, we take that area very, very serious. So it's not shocking. It's not a surprise. It's just something that I am watching and gonna watch it unfold, right? So Iran, they're being very aggressive with the ships, with trying to take over ships, taking over ships, merchant ships, stopping ships. And that's a no-go for us, right? And so we'll see how that plays out, but that's something that I'm absolutely watching, paying attention to. And probably out of the whole list today, it's probably the number one thing that I'm really, to me, paying attention to. What else? Weather. Again, this plays into this whole, there's something more brewing when it comes to this. Lockdowns, pandemic. What's the next pandemic? Pests. You have mosquitoes attacking people, giving viruses. You have ticks attacking people, giving them virus. You know, you've got this crazy weather. You have climate. That is the discussion of all of it. You have the discussion of lockdowns because of it. We're going to lock down everybody. You have these conversations happening right now about lockdowns because of weather. Because it is so hot, you have to go inside and be locked down. So we're hearing the lockdown word a lot more lately. Anything to do with weather, anything to do with climate change, anything to do with this supposed pandemics that are on the way. And I'm not saying supposed, because pandemics are going to happen. I mean, it's coming, right? But there's a lot of discussion, you guys. If you're not paying attention, they are ramping it up, and they are slowly but surely getting us conditioned with these certain words so that we're not surprised when this stuff happens. Okay, so pay attention, because these words are dropping in different areas of the world. And it's just a matter of time. We watch this time and time again. Stuff happens other places, and it eventually makes it our way, okay? And we have a tick outbreak. We have that in the United States right now. So imagine they're talking about the CCHF, and we have a tick outbreak because of the drought, because it's so hot in certain areas, because, you know, it's crazy weather, right? And so, you know, you've gotta be paying attention to this stuff, okay? I think that's for the most part all the things that I'm kind of just watching right now, paying attention to. I try to not listen to all the noise. Often days I don't even watch the news, so I won't even know what's happening, you know. Tony Bennett died today, or last night. I don't know if he died last night or today, but he passed away. I saw that, but a lot of times I'm not even paying attention to the news anymore. And the noise and on a daily basis, right? I'm keeping it moving, keeping it pushing. I Google for the things that I want to know about. I watch the local news, and I'm paying attention to big international news as it comes through my feed, and I see different things that are happening. But a lot of it, because I get a lot of, because I have this channel, I get a lot of notifications on all different platforms, all different ways, and so when I get the information, a lot of times I'm just, I just maybe see it and then I just keep it pushing. And then maybe later when I'm bored, I'll go back to maybe some stuff that piqued my interest. And I'm like, okay, let me go back and look at this. Unless it's something that piques my interest right away that I'm like, okay, or I was already tracking and I want to know about, you know. People ask me why, I've been having people ask me why I'm not talking about Ukraine more. Don't care. That's why. I just don't. I will care if it escalates, right? If we get to a tactical nuclear situation, absolutely. If we have actual boots on ground, hand-to-hand combat, absolutely. If we have real troop movement of our troops, absolutely. I mean, we have troops over there in the Poland area. We've had troops over there. We had troops before it ever popped off, you guys. And obviously we've bolstered those, but for the majority, that's the majority of that is like supply, right? And support, that type of thing. And we're on the other side. Obviously, we're not in boots on ground. We're not in the area of Ukraine. I'm not going to say we're not. We, as a country, don't have people over there. That's naive to say that. Okay. Of course we have people in country. Even if we say we don't, we do. But the majority is what I'm telling you is not. And so I'll pay attention when we actually have boots on ground, units actually deploying and moving towards, towards the country, right, of Ukraine, moving in, pushing into Ukraine or into Russia. That's when I'll be like, okay, this just got to a different level. Some kind of draft, different things like that. That's when I'll start paying attention. It's not that I'm not paying attention. It's just that I'm not going to, it's a lot of noise that I'm just not going to take on, right? I just don't mentally want to take it on right now. So lots of stuff happening. So just don't have the energy for it. So I hope you guys are well. I'd like to hear in the comments below the things that you guys are tracking, the different things that you guys are watching, paying attention to, that you would like to share with the group and let people know is happening. Maybe it's the grocery stores. Maybe your thing is, my thing used to be the grocery stores and going to the grocery stores probably every couple of days and checking out, how they were looking to various places. To be honest, I'm not doing that much anymore either because we're just not buying as much. That's just the bottom line, right? So you guys be well. I got a lot going on, so I'm going to skedaddle. And let me know in the comments below what you guys are tracking. Let's keep each other informed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.